First chapter of this course, Working with Information. We begin this lesson by introducing the objectives. Then we'll define academic information, the types of information, and how to search and evaluate scholarly sources. Finally, we'll finish by looking at how to manage information. By the end of this lesson, you'll know where to find information, how to access it, how to evaluate if it's reliable, how to use it effectively in your work, and finally, how to manage and record it for future use. Let's first talk about the importance of information. Working effectively with information is essential for successful study and research. The effective and ethical use of information underpins essays, assignments and reports, examinations, and both visual and oral presentations. It is important to learn not only how to find relevant information, but also to understand why it matters. Information connects the life experiences of the writer, whether a student, researcher, or professional, with both the academic world and the post-academic world, including professionals, engineers, and lifelong learners. Information appears in many forms. It can be found in publications such as books, journals, magazines, and newspapers. But it also exists in other formats: pictures, photographs, videos, cartoons, podcasts, blog posts, and social media content like tweets, websites, or web pages. Not all information is written, and not all of it is formally published. All information is the intellectual property of its creator or publisher, whether it is a course textbook, a blog post found on Google, or a cartoon from Pinterest. This is why academic integrity, the honest, respectful, and ethical use of information, applies equally to all sources. While studying, students and lifelong learners need to use many different types of information, depending on their task and purpose. Lecturers and, in general, academic readers expect students to find relevant and reliable sources and avoid fake or invalid information. It is therefore essential to identify not only the different types of sources, but also which ones are the most appropriate. Scholarly information is written by identified experts, often academics, and is intended for other scholars. Such sources are fully documented and often use technical language. Scholarly information usually falls into three categories: primary sources, first-hand accounts of events, original research, or new discoveries. Secondary sources, analysis, synthesis, interpretation, or evaluation of primary sources such as scholarly books, review articles, or documentaries. Tertiary sources, condensed and simplified versions of primary or secondary sources, such as textbooks, dictionaries, or encyclopedias. A book is written by one or more authors and published by a scholarly publisher. It is also called a monograph, scholarly monograph, or research monograph. A book usually discusses a specific topic in depth. Traditionally, books were printed, but most universities now provide books in electronic form, known as e-books. Textbooks are scholarly publications too, but they give a broad, general overview rather than specific details. Book chapters are standalone contributions within a book, and may even present different or conflicting perspectives on the same subject. Scholarly journals provide the most current and up-to-date information. Journal articles are written by experts in the field, using formal academic language. Peer-reviewed journal articles are a special type of scholarly work. The peer review process ensures that information is accurate, supported by validated research, and free from major bias or flaws. There are two main types of journal articles: original research articles, which report new findings; review articles, which synthesize and evaluate existing research on a particular question or topic. Let's test your knowledge. First question: to what source does an original research article belong? Pause the video, think carefully, and write down your answer. The correct answer is a primary source. Second question: to what source does a review article belong? Again, pause the video, think about it, and write down your answer. The correct answer is a secondary source. Gray literature is authoritative information often published by government bodies or non-governmental organizations. It is usually available on organizational websites, and the authors may be individual experts, panels, or committees. Examples include conference papers, theses and dissertations stored in university archives, research and government reports, and policy documents or standards, such as those produced by ASTM International, the FDA, or the European Medicines Agency. Popular information communicates a broad range of content to the general public. The author is often not identified and may not be an expert. Sources are usually undocumented, and the language is non-technical, making it hard to verify. Popular information often serves commercial or persuasive purposes, such as advertising or political propaganda. Examples include news reports, social media posts on platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and general websites or blogs. The best places to find scholarly information are university libraries, databases, and Google Scholar. A library search gives access to subscribed journals, provides filters and tools to refine searches, and offers catalogs of additional resources. Database searches also have advantages. They may cover specific subject areas or multiple disciplines, filter results for reliability and authority, allow precise searching, and include resources beyond journal articles, such as books, theses, newspapers, videos, and images. Google Scholar, meanwhile, is a freely available search tool that retrieves scholarly work across disciplines. Once you know what information you need, the goal is to create an effective search strategy. First, define your keywords by examining your task and highlighting the key terms. Second, create a search string. Use Boolean operators and, or, and not to combine keywords logically. Use quotation marks for exact phrases and the asterisk symbol to capture word variations. Third, refine your results using filters. Finally, access and save the most relevant sources. Today, information comes in many forms and formats. Users must apply critical thinking to determine what is useful, reliable, and relevant. Always verify your sources. The words we write or speak and the evidence we use must be accurate and honest. Adhering to verifiable facts is the mark of a strong thinker. The key question to ask is, how can we evaluate the information we use? Frameworks exist to help students evaluate information. Key steps include: assess the author's credibility, identify potential biases or persuasive motives, check the publisher's validity and how information is presented, consider whether the information is up to date, verify that claims and statistics are supported by reliable evidence. But remember, No checklist can replace critical thinking. These tools are only a starting point. For the second test, let's talk about Wikipedia. Wikipedia is widely used for quick and simple information. But why do many lecturers forbid its use in academic work? Pause the video, reflect on this, and write your answer before resuming. The answer is, Wikipedia is a contentious source. Its reliability is questionable because anyone can contribute, and authors are not always identifiable. After retrieving relevant information, managing it properly is essential. Good management ensures your sources are easy to access later. At a minimum, record the referencing details and links to digital materials. Always maintain a backup system, online or physical, to safeguard your work. Keeping your references in one place is good practice. Reference management tools such as EndNote, Zotero, and Mendeley allow you to organize your research, build a database of references, and automatically generate citations and bibliographies in multiple styles. To conclude, working with information is a skill that can be developed. Information literacy is essential both for academic success and professional growth. Quality sources demonstrate your understanding. Incorporating appropriate references into writing and assessments enhances your learning and improves your performance. But nothing replaces critical thinking. Always consider whether the source is authoritative and discard non-useful or irrelevant material.